welcome. And today we're gonna be having a girl chat with Cinmaya here. So I'm gonna let her introduce you all to, I'm gonna let her introduce herself to you all.
Hi everyone, I am Cinmaya Grimes. I am oscillating right now between different worlds, so I don't know where I fit just yet. But I'm super excited to be here, and I've always loved the Marquita Pink Leafy podcast. It's very dope.
Yes, like she is.
I'm excited to be here.
Supporter, friend, and business gem because she was doing a business called the Sweetest Gem.
Yes.
And so I was trying to get on here then, but she has made some changes, and she's stepping into new endeavors. So
yeah, it was a coconut and apricot wax candle wax company infused with gem crystals. I actually named the name Sweetest Gems because of my daughters Jade and Sapphire. So it was like, it's something cute, it was something. But then I realized that I started the business for the wrong reasons, and I didn't want to continue to do something that wasn't coming from a genuine, good, positive place.
oh wow. So this look, no question. We're just gonna be getting into this conversation. So look y'all, I ain't get no questions from her. I was like, girl, I ain't got no questions. We just gonna be girl talking. This is girl chat. So hey.
Let's do it.
Yeah, so you just said you felt like you started that business from a place that wasn't as genuine and intentional.
Right.
So that's why you have now chosen to just let it go and step into your new, purpose and journey. So what was the reason you started? Can we get into that?
Yeah, sure. At the time, I was in a relationship, and for whatever reason, I felt like I always had to prove myself. So with this venture of the Sweetest Gems, I was like, you know, I had to show that I could do something. I was worthy of something. I didn't feel so very worthy. I didn't feel like I was really believed in. So I started it just to prove that I could do it. And I did it. And it was great. It was fun. It was an awesome, awesome candle line. It was beautiful. That person is no longer in my life. So I just really wanted to see if I could just do something with a little bit more intent. So I stopped or paused it. I still kind of want to keep the name Sweetest Gems because it is, like I said, an ode to my daughters.
It's dear to you. So
It's dear to me.
you may just use it in a different arena,
Exactly.
but not with the candles.
But maybe not with the candles. But then again, who knows? Who knows?
But at least if you go back into it, you know why you're doing it. It's not because trying to prove someone else.
Exactly.
But it's something that you genuinely wants to do for you.
Exactly.
I love that. And I admire her so much because as she's talking and she's the steps that she's taken over these last 3 months, 6 months of what in her life has been just like amazing, and just knowing where she has come from. And we're gonna get into it some so that they can know and you can help someone else out there. But this relationship she was in, she had, you can tell them if you would like to. The reason why you chose to get out of there.
Okay, so it's always embarrassing to say like how long we were together because we were together for quite some time. We were together. I've known him since I was like 15, and we were started dating at 18 when I was 18, and then from there we had a 14-year relationship.
Wow, 14 years.
14 years. I know it sounds crazy. Like, why wouldn't you leave? Why weren't you married and all these things? I don't know. I
But
just.
y'all was heading there.
Yeah, we were headed there. I was engaged, but it was just like I don't know. Like when there's this clip that's on circulating right now on Facebook and Instagram and everything about this woman wanting a $250,000 wedding, and her husband's like, "Girl, we could just go to the city hall." So in that picture, I'm the husband. I'm just like, we could just go and get married. Let's just, because people poorer than us get married every day. people, saying, so we can't use money as an excuse not to do the right thing. And I felt doing the right thing was to be married. But, after, I guess, year 7, year 8, I was just, I was just numb to everything. And I wasn't there. I was not there. And like, we just kept spiraling, and then one day it hit a head, like the camel that broke the feather that broke the camel's back, or something like that. Um, we got into an altercation where he put his hands on me, and that was a no-no for me, and I've been gone ever since.
And so that was the first time he ever put his hands on you
Yeah, that was
out
the
of
first
14
time
years.
out of 14 years that he's ever put his hands on me, but I've always felt like we were declining, and if I stayed there, it would have only gotten worse, and who knows what would have happened the next time had I forgiven him.
So I'm glad you said it because I myself went through domestic violence, and so, but it was more than one time.
Mm.
And so I'm,
So why
I,
did you stay in that
and
relationship?
that's why I'm gonna say I admire you, and the reason why I stayed was more so fear. He would threaten, and that's why I say you can't judge situations of domestic violence because a lot of times that you don't know what um that person, that man is telling that woman, or that woman is telling that man, because you have women abusers.
Right.
And so he would threaten to, kill me, or, my family, or burn the house down wherever I go.
You believe him?
Well, yeah, because of the things he would do in the home, just with me and him.
Wow.
He had me up in I hate to just go back over it, but he kind of like had me locked up in my apartment for, I don't know, but it was terrible. It maybe was a whole day and just terrorizing me. And so when someone is doing stuff like that, you don't know what they'll do if you do choose to leave. So when I did leave, and yesterday was full circle for me because I left and I just went to a women's shelter. What made me left is it was around the same time when Chris Brown hit Rihanna,
Mm-hmm.
and so Michael Basin and everybody was doing all this domestic violence awareness things, and
Mm-hmm.
Oprah was like, and that's my shero.
Yes,
And
yes.
that's why I was like, she's my shero. I don't care what nobody say about her. I hope those things are true, which I don't think that's her character because I'm a big Oprah supporter. But she was just like, if a man hits you once, he'll do it again. And so I'm
Exactly.
glad and I admire that you left because when she said that, it took me to hear that from her and just know that he had them hit me again, and he would say he wouldn't do it again. And each time I was like waiting on, okay, when the next time it's gonna happen. Like it's a honeymoon phase, and then back at it again 3 months later. And so the last time I was like, I'm not gonna keep living my life like this.
Right,
Like I
right,
have to change. Like
right.
something different has to give. And I'm like, I went to a shelter.
Uh-huh.
And
Oh, you did.
yeah, I had my own place, and the thing was, I broke up with him, but I knew how he would always come back and manipulate me in the circumstances to get back in.
Right.
So it took me to say, well, how can I get out of this, and just praying and asking God. And so I was like, you know what? Because the thing was, now I'm gonna say this,
Mm-hmm.
boo. Even though I was taking him back, I was filing charges, and that would help me get into the shelter. Because
Mm-hmm.
if I hadn't been filing charges, they wouldn't have no records of
The abuse.
any abuse,
Right.
and they wouldn't let me in the shelter.
Oh,
So
wow.
God was just working the thing out. Because even though I would take him back, I still like you hit me, so I'm gonna report this.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't put your hands on me.
Period.
So I would still file charges against him, even though I would let him manipulate me. Young, naive, didn't know a lot of things I should have known, and would accept him back, and I had children with him and things like that, and he would just,
Did you have your mom at the time?
my mom, he actually started doing this. Like he did little stuff. My mom was living, and she didn't too much care for him, like scratches and stuff.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
would try to hide him, and she'd kind of see him and say something. But when I was trying to leave him, everybody was like, y'all together. He was this man. You know how people don't know, and then he started doing these things. She would say things, but he really started when my mom had passed
Mm-hmm.
with the real hardcore type of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
That's wild. That's wild. Yeah, see, that's one of the things. I had children, and I didn't want them to think that that was okay. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
want them to think that, okay, but he loved me.
Nah,
I
that is
didn't.
not love.
I didn't want
That is
my
not love.
children to think that at all. Even though I will say he's a great dad. You know, he's a good person. I'm a good person. We're just not good for each other.
Exactly.
And you know what I'm saying? I wish no harm, no ill will towards
Right.
him. God bless that man, but just God bless him over
With
there.
some, yeah, with someone else,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And that's another thing because when I look at how did I find myself with the man, and then certain relationship decisions I made, and I love my mom, and she, but I was like, okay, I think I made that decision because I saw this growing up, or I thought this is okay. When my stepdad was used to cuss and fuss, and my mama said that. Now he didn't hit her,
Mhm.
but when me and him would like argue or he would say the things, I accepted those things because I thought it was okay. I thought that's what happens in a relationship. But no man should be disrespecting and doing those type of things. And when I start to look back at why would I have accepted it, and then not only just my mom, but where was I in that season? How was my mindset? How did I feel about myself? So do you like, kind of like rethink on?
My mom. So with my mom, my mom, she did have an abusive relationship with my father. I remember when I was younger, some violent flashbacks, right? And I remember she didn't leave. I don't know if this is true because I was still a child, but this was in my head. I remember once my dad had got upset with me and he put his hands on me, and my mom saw the marks on my body, and I remember us moving very soon afterwards. So it made me feel like no man should do that, especially to me. It made me feel special.
Right.
It I don't know how to
That was
explain it.
big.
Yeah. So like I don't know how to explain that. But yeah, once she saw that, or once that happened, I just remember us really moving out, moving forward with our lives, went somewhere else, and he was no longer allowed around me until about the teenage years, preteen years. But yeah, me and my dad, we have a good relationship right now. He's a good granddad, So I forgive people. I forgive him. I forgive all. I'm good with forgiveness because
Right.
forgiveness, like they say, isn't for that person. It's really for you. And so you can sleep at night. It's so that you can move on with your life. Because if you're still mad at somebody, then you're up at night angry. You're still holding all that weight, and just to let go, forgiving them and wishing them well that way. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to forget all the time, but you can just like let it go. And I've let it
Right.
go.
And that's another thing Oprah said, girl. She was like,
Girl, I gotta watch Oprah.
girl, she was like, and that what made me like forgive him. Like just moving out of a relationship. Like I have to be able to forgive him.
Yeah, you do.
Because it's for me. She was all mad and stuff at this lady, and she saw the lady out shopping and said that lady was just all smiling, and she was like, she ain't studying about what I'm up here
Exactly. What you
gotta
still
get her
mad
and mad about, but she living her life. So
Exactly.
she had to let that grudge go because it wasn't good for her,
Exactly.
and that lady living her life.
Right.
Like
Not
she
thinking
in
about
her
it at
life.
all.
So
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
so now that you have gotten out this 14-year relationship, like, what was your mind just come out of it? Like, what were you thinking? Like, what are the thoughts that played your mind coming out of a 14-year relationship?
Honestly, it's just about my kids. Like, what are they gonna think? How are they feeling? Um, I didn't want them to not like their father. I didn't want them to not like me or anything. So I just really just focused on them. I said I wasn't gonna date until January. It's January now, but the dating life is like, you guys. Y'all said it was trash. Y'all said it was the pool was murky, but honey, y'all didn't tell me it was like this.
Mindset.
Y'all didn't say it was like
Mindset.
this.
Keep hope alive. You have to keep hope alive.
Yeah, I
Because
try
the
to
thing
keep a
is,
positive
you can
mindset.
get into something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's nothing to get into
It's
something.
nothing to get
But
into
when you're
something.
intentional and purposeful, that journey becomes more intense
Mhm,
to,
mhm.
find your purpose partner, to find someone you want to build a legacy with, and knowing that you can see, just as a man look, as they say, a man that finds a wife finds a good thing, and as he do ask you for your hand in marriage, you want to be able to say I do in confidence and being able to trust this
With
man,
conviction.
forever with the, being with him
Exactly.
and protecting and providing all those things. And so,
How do you go about dating?
me,
Yeah. Help me, y'all. Drop
okay,
it in the comments. Look, how do you date properly?
okay, so let me tell you. So I call myself one of my friend girls that I admire.
Mhm.
She have a lovely husband, wonderful relationship, and so um,
We can
you
pause
can
it.
come on, you can come on. We're gonna shout out Bo Ethiopian. We're here today having lunch in the Girl Chat. So this is
Oh,
the
it
food.
smells
It's
so
all
good.
vegan.
Oh,
So
wow.
I got
Thank
the
you. What's
platter.
this called?
Injera
Injera?
Injera.
Injera.
You have to eat with the
What
injera bread.
oh, with my hands.
You break, you grab it.
Break
Oh,
it.
But for
okay.
your
I'm sorry.
husband.
Y'all could
Thank you.
use my hands for that.
Can I get some napkins?
I'll bring for you.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And so
Wait, try it. Look. Let's take it.
oh yeah.
Thank you, dear Father, for the food we're about to receive, for the nourishment of our bodies and sustenance. Amen. Oh, look at that. Look how it feels. Injera
You want to
bread.
try my stuff too?
No, no,
Oh,
no.
okay.
That is
You want to
different.
try?
Thank you.
My daughter's here.
Are you going to use this footage?
Mm-hmm.
I hope it's getting us. So she's recording with another camera, so I hope it's getting us too, y'all. But what was the last thing I was saying? Lost my thought.
Dating.
Okay.
Your friend.
Oh.
Your friend taught you about dating.
So she got a wonderful husband.
On Plenty of Fish?
She found him on Plenty of Fish, girl.
That
And
is
I was
so
watching
funny.
some of that lady found a billionaire husband on a dating site. It ain't about the money, but hey, now it's some people getting winning on
Yeah.
dating sites. But my
Yeah,
thing with them is,
it's some of them are.
you don't know who's who. People looking for, and then many women get on there and look like they selling stuff because men was like, you know, like you supposed to be on here.
What? They
So
said
I
that
went
to
there
you?
one day, and I got off. I'm like, I don't know what this is up with. So I paid for it, and then it's like I lost like 70 some bucks because I didn't get back on there.
On Plenty of Fish, you have to pay for it?
But you don't kind of have to. But I was like, I'm gonna do this for the first time. Like I'm gonna go out loud. I'm gonna,
Right.
But
Trying to get the elite one.
no.
So how do you do it now? You just go out and meet people? Or do you
Might
still
be out.
use apps?
Might be out in places or something like that. Yeah. But you know what? I said I was gonna start. If I see someone that I'm interested in, I'm gonna have to start saying something like.
Oh,
I
you're
gotta
gonna
start
say
shooting my shot.
something.
I'm
You're
gonna at
gonna
least
shoot
say
the
hi,
shot.
how you doing? I'm gonna be like, what's up? Can I get your number, boo? But if I see someone, he's looking at me, he's not
Feeling
saying
the
nothing.
vibe.
I'm be like, hi, how are you? Or if he don't see me, be like, oh, excuse me, or hope you're, hey, how's your day going? Or something, get some attention
Something.
flowing
Yeah.
around this thing. So
Yeah.
that's gonna be me shooting my shot.
That is so cute.
What you gonna be doing? How you going
So,
about it?
so I love April Mason. Have you heard of her?
Yes.
I just
I was on her
love
app.
her. No, not yet. So I'm gonna get a few things situated. I'm gonna join the app. I'm gonna download and buy her courses and just really get into my feminine vibe. And I feel like that'll just attract a lot of guys. Because when I go out, you remember when we went to that cigar lounge? When I go out, I can find someone. So it's not like you said, you can find someone somewhere. Just being a woman, it's pretty easy to just find someone. But to be intentional about things, that's really what this year is about for me. Being intentional.
I'm glad you said that because I honestly, this year, like the guys that were calling last year, I stopped answering. And that's not to be rude or, but I'm just like, if it's no interest there.
Wait. So when you decide that you no longer want to talk to a guy, do you just like completely ghost them or do you tell them why? Ooh.
I should probably tell them why. Now, if it had been something serious, serious, they would know, you know. But
Yeah.
if it hadn't been no commitment or nothing serious, and hey, I've been ghosted, so hey, and I
You have?
yes, like once I would say,
Wow.
and so we never even met face to face. So it was just like he was lying, and then before we could even meet, and he had a family or something, he was a truck driver, and so one of those girls. And so yeah, so and this thing, it was like it was like I don't know what's going on, but one guy would keep calling, and I went answer. I'm like, okay, that didn't get the message. Then the other one would keep calling. I'm like, that didn't get the message. So now, going into the new year, both of them stopped the calls and stuff.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, shit, if I was something serious, I would. But hey, it wasn't nothing serious anyway. We just exchanged numbers. We were trying to feel a vibe. So honestly, no.
Yeah, you just go. She just ghosted you. So I was talking to someone, you know, I said I was gonna start dating in January. It's easy to find somebody to talk to. So I went out with my friend and we found somebody. And he was cool, he was sweet, right? Like talking to him, he would talk to me every day. He would text me, say really nice things. He was really dope. But the only thing about it is every time we were on the phone at night, the conversation always goes left. And it's just like, bro, I barely even know you. Why are we talking about, you know, let's just say it. Why are we talking about sex? Why are we talking about sex? Why is the phone conversation now sex talk? Like I don't even know you.
Because that's what he's looking for, so you know what he's looking for.
So I ended up ghosting him. Like we were going to go on a date Saturday, and I was just like, I had used my friend. It was so messed up. I had used my friend. Unfortunately, my friend is her boyfriend is going through a tough time, and I kind of blamed that on the reason why I couldn't go out. Like my friend was gonna be dealing with her boyfriend, so I was gonna be watching her children. I didn't do that. I just needed an excuse.
But see, that's the way you go too. Cause one guy, decent guy, seemed like, but when he started coming out, he tried to make it seem like it was me, talking about triple X and this and that. Oh, you been X rated. So yeah, and I'm like, baby, if you on that, you might as well just stop.
Yeah. So you'll tell them. See me, I gotta get the courage because I want to be able to have a conversation with a man even when it's hard. So
and so
I need to do that.
And those reasons, if I feel like they not, you know, they trying to be on that, yeah, I'm not gonna. I don't owe you no explanation. You ain't my man. You own something that you shouldn't even be on right now with me.
Yeah.
Which I know. Now I'm gonna say this. I want a man to desire me.
For sure.
But respectfully, like, don't come on with all that so soon. So in this season, do you
take me on a date first?
Right. Do you feel like you're gonna be more abstinent, or wait a certain period, or what's your thing with that?
You kind of put me on the spot right there.
I'm trying to get in your bed now.
Dang. I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. Okay, so it's like if I become abstinent and celibate and all these things. So you remember Kevin Samuels? Mm-hmm. And he was like, recipes. And he was like, you know what I'm saying, you can't be 35. I'm not 35 yet, but you can't be 35 and out here trying to, with 2 kids and stuff, talking about something, you finna close it up and all this stuff. You need to be trying to give it away and all this stuff. And I was just like, that's a hot mess. Why would I want someone who only wants me for my body?
Soul ties.
Exactly. Soul ties, germs, STDs, all these things.
Yeah.
So I'm really not feeling like, but see, that's the thing. I haven't even had like toys or anything. I've never even like femininely pleasured my own self.
You need to do that.
I haven't done any of these things.
Now, if you're gonna be abstinent, you shouldn't just go in on that. If you try to wait, because you don't want to overdo that and then think a man gonna be able to uphold to that. But at the same time,
I get it. Those batteries.
One needs to know her own body. You know, I agree with knowing your body. And I didn't start learning and exploring myself until I was like,
I'm glad she left looking.
Me too. I guess it's like, let me go out
Right,
here.
right.
But I was like, I would say maybe 24 to 27, and man, when I tell you, yes,
Oh,
every
man.
woman should explore her body.
Everyone's been telling me about the rose.
I
And
ain't
I
got
was just
the
like,
rose.
you haven't?
I got no, cause I didn't want to be going in like that. I'm
Oh,
trying to be
okay.
mindful,
Yeah.
and in this season, like I'm on a thing that, and I'm like, ooh, and I've been just bracing myself. That's like being intentional. Like right now, okay, let me brace myself not to go there with my toys.
With my toys. Because they coming out with all the toys. They're coming out with robots
So
now.
that's how it's getting a little messy.
So what again?
It's just like, let's eat it and get messy. But it's just a vegan platter with vegetables, cabbage, chickpeas, lentils, cabbage, beets, and salad.
It's spicy, all of it, even the
No,
beets.
this like spicy right here, I think.
But it's all good. That's really good. I got the spicy chicken and rice.
Why you not eating?
Because I'm talking.
Girl, I'm talking too.
I know you turning it up. I don't want to get my hands dirty. She didn't bring any napkins.
You see how being bougie?
I'm
Y'all see how
bougie,
being
and that's
bougie.
my problem. That's probably why I haven't touched myself or anything like that. Because I need to break myself free.
Yeah,
And
you
I
really
have
do.
to-
Break
yeah.
yourself free, honey.
I don't know. We're
You
gonna
really
figure
do.
it
When you
out.
do it, you're gonna be like, oh my god.
That is crazy. But you know what? So like I said, I've been dating and I talked to this other guy and girl, he was a pastor, girl. He was a pastor and he went straight in for the sex talk. And I was just like,
Really?
sir.
Oh, see, them the times you gotta look out for. They try to make all pastors. You know, if you're not a believer, you know, you'll be like all pastors the same way.
No. I don't think all pastors
But
are
some
the
people
same.
with stereotype, that'll be their excuse. That's what the enemy
However.
will use. Someone like him, that makes him like all pastors like that.
Yeah, no, I don't think all pastors are like that. I'm still Christian. I don't go to church, but I'm still a Christian. Can you say that? Because I feel like when I was
I'm
a young,
Christian.
when I grew up
Christ.
Christian, and I was baptized, and I was living with my grandma and my mom, and my grandma had us in the church, honey. So I feel like, you know, time served, I get out. I'm good now. Like I know all the stories.
I'm gonna say
I love the Lord.
There's nothing like, well, you can love him, but it's good to go and, you know, be in the house when
Yeah,
you can.
yeah. I've gone with my mom.
Like, I don't not, like I said, my brother, like, look, he was saying he was waiting on somebody to hit him up to attend some church. I'm like, church is where you make it. Church is at home. You know, you can make it there. And it's good to go in fellowship, too, with others, you know, believers, and to agree and want to accord with whatever you believe for in your life.
Yeah.
You know, so if y'all in that same building, you know, they say, well, two or more agree, you know, it should be done. So that's why I say it's good also to, you know, pray within your home with your children,
For sure,
your
for sure.
phone, but also get the more the merrier, as they say.
Yes. I understand that. But right now for me, I've really been like finding myself in communities. So like I joined the morning meetup with David Shan and shout out plug.
That's how I know her.
Yes, we met there. And it was really phenomenal. I met so many phenomenal entrepreneurs, and my whole entrepreneurial journey has just been a blessing. I was like, what? These are my people. So that's why I'm like, I really want to find something now that that I can meet a need and that is something genuine to me. And I think it is community building. I need to like learn how to do that because I'm a people person. Like I love people. I remember this joke.
So sweet.
I remember this joke. This guy was like, um, I'm a people person too. So I wouldn't know a thing about animals. Like if the last panda died, it would take me a whole 3 years to figure that out. I'm just like so invested in the human race. But I mean, I care about the pandas and you know all the animals. I love animals. I just prefer people.
Right.
And
so you don't have any pets.
I don't have any pets. But see, the reason why I don't have any pets is because I don't believe in the enslavement of animals.
Oh my God. So
I
you
know
put him in there.
you do you have a cage for this?
Yeah.
I
I
don't
only put
believe
him
in
in
that,
there
but
when company comes.
yeah, no judgment. People do what they want to do. I just don't believe in pets. I feel like animals should be wild and then free. I was raised on like wild crats and zaboomafoo and like free the animals to be out in the wilds and all these things. You know what I'm saying? And I love animals, but let's go visit them. Let's not bring them in our homes. But I mean, no judgment, no
But
judgment. I
that's
love
my first
dogs.
dog.
I
I
love
used to
dogs.
be
They think they're
afraid
so
of
cute.
dogs.
Really?
Yeah, he wasn't even my
You must have a
dog.
small dog.
He like medium.
Mhm.
Yeah, so he wasn't even my dog. I got him for the children. I was scared to go up in there when they was getting the dog.
Wow.
Now this dog will not stay away from me, and he's
I
not.
love you. That's so
Like that's
sweet.
amazing.
Yeah, it really is. I love animals, but I really am a peaceful person. So if I can find a way to build a community of like, I was just talking to this woman this morning about it. She was saying like, what if I brought like people together? Because especially after the pandemic and with all this technology, everyone's kind of isolating themselves.
Mhm.
And so, like, just for human connection again, just to find a space or a way to bring that about. Because, some people get lonely. You working from home, only thing you can do is entertain yourself on your phone. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And
And
yes,
that
people
plays
do
out.
speak to each other a lot on social media and, through emails and such. But, that human connection, there's nothing like being in the room,
I
in the
was just
presence.
telling my dad that because I've worked at home before, and I'm like, I thought that was something I would love, but I'm an ambivert, so
Me too.
I can I can enjoy being around people and enjoying having fun, and I also can be home. But when you work from home, like I like to see people like, hey, how you doing?
Hmm.
How's your day? I like to communicate and be amongst people. So it has pros and cons to working from home. Like,
Hmm.
and I like being active, like doing stuff. I like being out in nature.
Exactly.
So I'm like, I don't know if I could do that again. Just
Hmm.
go around my own business. That's different because I can leave when I want to. But if I'm on a clock, you're on someone's clock for 8 to 10 hours a day. So
Exactly.
you can't just get up and leave unless you're gonna be fired.
Right,
So I don't know if that's something I can do again.
right. I understand because, like I said, it's very isolating, and I'm just really trying to live a free life.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I've been like if I had like if I was an animal, I would be a bird. 'Cause I really enjoy being free.
I think I would be a seal.
A seal?
I like how
Stop
they
it.
do all that stuff
No
in
one
the
has
water and I
ever
love
said
water.
seal ever. Why?
I love how they perform. I
Oh
love how they be doing the dancing. I love dancing when you think about it. Like, that's my personality.
no. Okay.
I be trying to dance.
Mhm.
Um,
That is hilarious.
they funny.
Mhm. They are cute. The
And
babies
you
are
just
cute.
say you want to be a bird, just still just say,
Mhm. That is funny. That is hilarious. But okay, so with all this calamity in the world, I do have a question. How would you go about fixing the world?
fixing the world. Um,
I have like a
People
whole step.
being more intentional with loving one another.
Mhm.
Because when everyone is more intentional with love, then they become more intentional with themselves. And when you can become intentional with loving you become intentional with loving others, and then you're gonna do things that have you operating in a manner to, you know, do things that's gonna be good for your life, just with
Mhm.
love. So, um,
So what does that look like? Like walk me through a day of what that would look like
first
the
off,
world, not just locally.
locally, if everybody just showing more kindness,
Mhm.
showing more appreciation, forgiveness, um, extending more opportunities to those in need,
Yes.
them being able to apply themselves. So if you love yourself and do the work, those who can, able, I just see that it was somewhere in a country they said it's less crime because I guess the things that are put in place, most people are well off. Most people have their everyday essentials and needs, and then not to mention the laws that they have over there.
Which
So
country?
I'm trying to think. I seen it on Instagram.
Like New Zealand or Singapore or something?
It may have been like
It's
great.
really
Thank
good.
you.
Yeah, can we get some napkins?
It may have been like Turkey or something. I don't know, but
Oh, okay.
you know, just they able to. A guy left his laptop and went out for like hours, and it was still there. And so, just focusing on more love, treating people how you want to be treated, and things like that.
Yeah.
So if I had to, it would just be like a love walk.
A love law.
Love your neighbor.
Yes, love thy
Love
neighbor.
yourself.
Love your neighbor as you love yourself. That's really good. That's really good. Okay, so me, I would first and foremost impose an apology tour. I think the world needs an apology so that we can move on. I think okay, so I feel as though everyone is like really, especially our people, we're really holding on to like the turmoil, the pain, and the trauma of the past, of everything that happened to us, and which is understandable. I totally 100% get it. I agree in most cases, and just to not carry that on with us, I believe if we got an apology and a redemption check, you know what I'm saying, the reparations. I think that would really like help us be able to let go of the past and be able to move on and focus on the human race together, and not trying to only just worry about, well, the Asians just gonna worry about the Asians, the white people are just gonna worry about the white people, and because we're all sharing this earth, so it will only make sense for us to all care about each other and work together. And so I think that would be important. And even though I understand that people think like, apology tour, like people gonna be fake, people just gonna like half-ass it and all these things, but I just really sincerely feel like if you were given an apology to something that you were really hurt about, you could really let that go. You could really move on. You could really learn how to maybe apologize to someone else for some things that you have done. And so I think that's one thing we need. And then I think everyone needs to apologize to someone. I think white people need to apologize to black people and Indians and the world. Like I think someone said colonizers have colonized over 70% of the earth, which is crazy.
Oh wow.
So, but then when you look in the history of it, I understand why. So like you take it, that's another whole nother topic. But anyway, so like, but I think Africans. I'm sorry to say this, it's gonna sound crazy, but I think Africans need to apologize to Black Americans.
Why?
Because they sold us.
Oh.
They sold us. They didn't get us back, and they knew. They knew what was going on. Eventually, it was just a good market.
But not all of them.
All right. So you sell somebody. How long did slavery last?
400 years.
You tell me in 400 years they didn't know what the effects were.
So were they able to?
Africa is a huge continent.
So they didn't feel threatened, is what I'm trying to say.
I'm sure they felt threatened, but who were they feeling threatened by? Slaves?
The masters.
They weren't. Why? That's not their masters. The Africans didn't have masters. So who
So
were they
I
fighting?
know I watched now. The only part I know, I'm gonna be honest with y'all,
Uh-huh.
is from what I saw on a Wonder King.
Okay, let's talk about it because I just saw it too. It was actually a phenomenal movie. Shout out to Viola Davis. I love her.
I watched it twice and I cried.
It was really good. Yeah.
So
People were hating on that movie
why?
because they were like, they didn't like the fact that black women were beating up on black men, and it seemed like this whole thing that we just can't get along and all this stuff. But it's like if you just watch the movie, you see what's going on. Yeah, like it's. I didn't think it was that deep. I thought it was a phenomenal movie. But okay, let's talk about it. So the warriors knew what the white people were doing. That's why there was such a fight against like were they going to stay farmers or were they just going to continue selling their own people. And when they spoke to the white man, you could tell the white man didn't have any respect for the king. The white man didn't have any respect for like the culture or anything really. He just wanted the people, and he wanted him to keep the king to continue to sell people to the white man. And so the one man who came with that white man, and he was like, "My mother wasn't free." You don't think he told his stories of his mother? You know what I'm saying? So they knew, and they didn't come and get us back. They didn't know how to come and get us back. They didn't like apologize. I feel like if you could just like apologize for the things that your people did or whatever, just to get it over with and done with, because people keep bringing it up. People keep having traumatic experience over, and this is generations ago. I was never a slave, and but people today are very affected, very much so affected by slavery and things like that. And like, the people, I feel like people in Germany, I feel like they apologized to the Jews. I think they did, as well as give them reparations. I think, some people in Asia.
When I think about reparations, though, I'm thinking about
money.
Yeah, money.
Yeah, they got
it. If they can give it to other countries, they can give it to those who are over here. Cause my mom used to always say like they paid other people to come over here to have businesses while we in the hood, and they put those same businesses in the hood,
right,
where struggling people are. But then you all pay them
to put it there
to have a business, and it's people in the communities that need.
Yeah, and then those people who you put over here, they'll judge us for not having it, but we're not getting it. We're not getting access to the same privileges that they are getting to put up stores and things like that of that nature in our communities. Exactly.
And I'm for every race.
I'm for every race.
We both. That's what I'm saying. We both are for everybody, but at the same time, it's just some things that we had to experience as a culture that, we still, experiencing today, like just in business period, like as minority women, that we won't have a fair chance. Well, we have a fair chance in Jesus.
Yeah.
We have more than a fair chance, but with men, those things from our history are still plaguing a lot of us today. It's very much what Cinmaya is trying to get at. And so, I mean, I don't think we're gonna ever get that apology.
I don't think we're gonna get that apology, y'all. But I think it's something that would be able to help us move forward. And another thing, I really think we need to eradicate the use of currency. It's all baloney. We don't. Money is fake. Why are we agreeing?
What happened with the what was that they was big hype about? Because I almost invested in it. Crypto. Then it
I don't know. Didn't it crash? Yeah, I think it fell through.
I ain't been hearing nothing about it.
I haven't heard anything about it. I don't know
anything about it. There was a lot of crypto
it.
people in my inbox at one point.
Yeah, I know a lady who's still trying to push NFTs and crypto and everything. So I'm sure it's not totally dead. I just think it did crash for a minute. I don't know. I have to ask her.
Okay.
But
I think a lot of people lost a lot of money with their crypto as well.
Really? Did you put any? Did you get any?
I was scared.
Ethereum.
That's the thing. I'm gonna say this. Like, I almost, but it was just like I didn't feel. I just felt like it was a hype. Like, some days I was like, it's like, nah, I can't say I had it. Well, I feel like it was my intuition, but at the end of the day, I feel like my intuition is going to lead me to the millions too. But hey, I'm still waiting on that intuition. So I'm not going to sit up here like, oh, I had a hunch that it was going to fall through, because I just wasn't sure, and I wasn't as knowledgeable about it as well. So I would say that. So I didn't put it in there. I had opportunities to. several times, but I just didn't understand it as much. I would say that more so maybe my lack of ignorance because hey, I think some people won in the beginning of it maybe, and then a lot of people lost once it fell through too.
And then another thing with money, money is like the driving force to a lot of decisions that are being made. Because some people will go to college for years and years to be a doctor just so they can make hundreds of thousands of dollars and end up hating that career. They're not supposed to be a doctor, but they're so moved by the money. So if we could just like, do something else other than money, and I don't know, figure some type of trade system out, um, where we could just like,
But either way it goes, it's still gonna be some type of drive for whatever that system is. Like you're gonna want to see.
but I don't want it to be money. I don't want it to be currency of any kind. Like, so I would just say like, you have to, okay, hear me out first.
I'll be
Okay, so say we have a person, right? We take this person and we take them to college or whatever type of university where they can learn freely of what they want to do with their life. They must do that in order to, they must find that thing, and once they find that thing, then they would do that, and that's how that thing will be there. So let me say, okay, so like say if you needed a doctor, right? You would just go to the hospital and get free health care or whatever. And then like say if you were a farmer or something, right? Then you would just go to a farm and help out with the people who are already there. And you would just live that life. You wouldn't have to pay to go to school about it. You can, of course, get trained by the people who are already doing it and things like that.
I like that.
So it's just like, I don't know. I just feel like it doesn't have to be so stressful as it is. I remember once, you know who Jess Hilarious is?
I love her.
I love her. A long, long time ago, she was like, why when I ask a friend who is somewhere where I want to be, like how did they get there? And they're always like so closed off about the information and everything. And then you remember Derek Jackson? Oh child. He did a reaction to that video and he was like, well, because I went through all of this and this and that, I had education, I had climbed this whole ladder and stuff. And I'm just like, well, if you did all of that, why would you want me to struggle like you struggle? Why wouldn't you just want to give me that information? Now, I understand you did all these things.
When people pay, they pay attention too. So
I don't believe that.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this in reference to that. I get what you're saying because I love what Pinky Cole is doing. She's doing American Sesh, and she's not having people pay thousands who maybe not have it at the time to get in a room to continue to grow themselves and their businesses with. I'll walk to life. Billionaires, millionaires, and thousandaires or no thousandaires. This is what she's doing. No money. She's something that she has put together and doing amazing already.
Yeah.
And so with that being said, I agree with that route too because, you know, what you're saying, like, why does it have to be like we can't help one another? And I'm a person, I love to give. And with that, I have given certain people and told people, and sometimes them same people, baby, won't help you, won't tell you nothing, trying to keep it from you, or you can help certain people, and then once you start charging, you know, to elevate yourself and your resources, they don't want to pay. And then you done told them so much, and then they never applied that. So that's like different sectors of it, you know.
Yeah, but that's kind of driving force of money. Like they didn't want to pay because of the money, but like if it was just the free information, and if it was someone,
and do nothing to remember it,
yeah,
so now that
because it wasn't something that they loved, it wasn't on their heart to do. It's not that you did the wrong thing or helped the wrong person. Help is good. We all need help. We all are figuring out our lives. You know, you helped me with this one thing, and that's awesome, and I thank you for it. But that's not probably something that I don't have any interest in any longer. Now my life has shifted in this way or something like that. So I don't know.
But at the same time, I don't think it's just people. Now I don't mind giving people like basic essentials and fundamentals, like when they ask me about veganism or, you know, life coaching questions. I'm gonna help you. But if you hit me up every day,
Yeah.
baby,
Yeah.
It's time consuming. I have a life around me responding to you or me trying to give you the information, and so therefore, you know, if I have
Right,
other
because
things
you
on
worried
my
about money.
kids, no, it's not worried about money. It's okay if I've given you these tips, if I've helped you this way, and you want me to do it daily, then it's purpose. Your purpose is for you to prosper, not the bishop getting paid to be on the stage.
Yeah, for
So,
sure.
at the end of the day, it's not that you're worried about money, it's that you can help somebody and then you can genuinely help maybe one person. But if you're trying to help 10, 15, 20 people heal you up, how are you going to be able to provide the natural essential resources for your family? That's just like for your own life. If you were to be giving out free candles to everybody that wanted to smell how the candle was, and you got to make these candles, put in their work and their time, then.
But what if money didn't exist? Would you still be making those candles? I think I would have, because it was something I really enjoyed doing at the
Well,
time.
true, but you if money didn't exist, but so how we gonna have? Well, you said no bills, no money.
No bills, no money, no nothing. Go to the doctor if you need to go to the doctor. Eat if you need to eat.
The thing is, even back in 42 BC, before you and me, they had to pay for stuff with.
They probably had a trade thing going on. They probably had a trade thing going on where, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
They had to get some
it was a trade.
Some apples and pears.
Right.
It's still exchange.
It was still an exchange.
It was still some type of
For
exchange,
sure.
and then they got to see money currency. So it don't always be some type of exchange.
I know. I understand what you're saying, and I don't think, like, again, like the apology, I don't think that'll ever change, like money, currency, in some way. But I'm saying if these things weren't there, we wouldn't have these issues.
True. So that's why you have to brace yourself on this journey.
Yeah.
Like brace yourself, like, okay, even just getting to your goals, you just gotta know, and like that's what I'm saying, like investing all these different things. It's good to invest in yourself. It's good to invest in your knowledge. Because at the end of the day, what's for you is for you. Exactly. And what God has for you. So just there trying to 5,000 here, 2,000 here, 3,000 there, 20,000 there. Like, it's good to do that if you're able to. But sometimes it's just believing, praying. And when it's your time, it's your time. It may take longer than, some. Hey, but at the end of the day, God is orchestrating your life. God is guiding you. So you can't feel like you need to keep doing everybody's ways that they feel like you should do to get to where you're going, because what's for you is going to be for you. Just like they got where they are, what was for them when they didn't. I'm not saying don't invest in courses or whatever you need to, but it's sometimes you have to step away from all of that and reflect and do what you need to do on your journey to get where you're going.
Right, because you can get like information overload.
Yes, and you just pouring out money here, and that's gonna be your
paralyzed.
That's gonna get you there, and in some cases it do, and not in every case everyone get there. With investing in certain courses or things, or so you just got to believe that it's gonna happen for you regardless.
What are some of the things that you needed as an entrepreneur, like that you would tell everyone who is interested in becoming an entrepreneur? Like, what are some of the things that you need? Do you need a VA first, or do you need a coach first, or do you need to have like a mindset coach first, or do you need therapy first, or do you need, like, what are some things, essential things that you need first as an entrepreneur?
Well, just like my course is mindset. It has to be here, because ain't nobody. I don't care. Like I just said, I don't care how much you spend on a course. You can go spend 50,000, 100,000 next. But at the end of the day, if you do that course, you pay for that course, and you don't even attempt the course because you feel like you can't, or you feel like you don't have time, imposter syndrome, procrastination, all that starts here in your mindset. Or you don't believe it's gonna work for you. If you invest in something, you better believe it's gonna work for you. But at the end of the day, I'm not saying, however, you're supposed to believe it's gonna work for you, whether or not it works for you or not. And so you gotta have your mindset. You have to believe. You have to, be able to press through even when it's hard. Persevere. Have that tenacity. So, and that's in how you think. So you gotta do some mindset work first.
How did you do yours?
Basically, I've been doing it through the years. Books, meditating. First and foremost, Jesus, Jesus, girl. Making sure I stay rooted in the Word every day. Every day, I get up, and my thing is, thank you, Lord, and I go into prayer, read my scripture. I do the Holy Bible out. In this season, I am doing a 21-day meditation. If I'm not doing a long meditation, I at least try to just sit there and breathe. And affirmations, just telling myself, you know, I am beautiful, I am successful, I am a child of God first and foremost, above all things. He that is in me is greater than he that is in the world. And just repeating scriptures to myself. And so when you're doing those things, I start with Christ, seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all other things will be added unto you. I'm able to do other things to add to my spiritual life, and staying rooted in God and trusting. So it's about trusting. Because when I was here, that'll be another episode. But honey, I used to be a negative Nancy. I feel like, and that was just from my upbringing and what I was around in the environment. And so when I had found Christ for myself, I've said on previous videos, I had that moment, and it wasn't nobody but God. I was very I would say postpartum depression, maybe, because it was right after I had my last daughter, and I just feel like why am I here, and Psalms 118, 17, 18, I should not die but live and declare the works of the Lord Almighty, for he has chastened me sore, but he has not given me over to death. So when I saw that, I knew that I had to stay in a place of standing his word, believing his word, and affirming his word, and knowing that no matter how long something takes, wherever I'm at, I'm purposed to be there for a reason. It's just part of the journey. It's gonna happen for me. What's for me is for me. What's not for me will not be for me. The doors that should open are gonna open. Divine connections are coming our way, and just steady standing in faith in the word, no matter how it is. Like I've been at 300 subscribers for a minute, and I'm still moving. I'm still doing what I have against or by myself. It's just because I love pouring out to someone else. I love being able to maybe someone see a message that I have to say and it helps them. And that's what this is about. Like, it ain't no currency right at this moment with this channel for me. It's just about doing what I know work for me and being able to show up and give that to someone else.
I just want to clarify. I'm not saying currency is not good right now, because obviously that's what we all are looking for right now, because you know what I'm saying, I'm definitely after the bag. Okay?
Right. But when you have a dream,
you'll do it for free.
Right, you'll do it for free when it's pure.
It's a passion.
And it's a passion. It's a purpose behind it. So it ain't always about currency, but at the end of the day, you're supposed to purpose, you're supposed to prosper in your profit.
Profit your purpose.
Profit from your purpose.
Yeah.
But yeah, y'all get me. You're supposed to profit from your purpose. Purpose, be prosperous in your purpose. And because that's what God has promised us. It's in the Word. You should live life abundantly. Jeremiah 29:11. I know the plans I have for you. This plans to prosper you so that you can have a good life, not an evil. So, hey, I stand on those promises and those words.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yes, girl. So, back to you.
Okay.
So, in this new season, we about to get ready to wrap it up, y'all. But what are you doing to just keep your mental health going and striving towards those things that you do want to start being intentional about doing?
At first, I was crying a lot.
That's good. Pride is good.
I was crying a lot. Then I stopped crying, and I just said, I'm just gonna start doing things again. So I've just been going out a lot, like 2 different events, conferences, different little workshops, anything that had anything to do with the mind, I was there for. So now I'm just trying to get I don't, honestly, girl, I am a bird. I'm flying and I don't know where I'm going yet.
I love it.
I really do. I enjoy life.
Life's a journey.
yeah, I'm just enjoying life right now. I don't know what's for me next. I'm excited for what's for me next.
I am
Um,
too.
I really want to like be of service
Yes.
to others, but I guess I just have to break out of my shell first.
What's your?
I mean, I know I'm a people person and I like the energy and I can match energy, but I just feel like how you do this. I don't think I could do this by
She have a
myself.
whole setup and could be doing it,
I
and
could.
I don't understand why.
I don't feel like I have a topic, and then like I'm a Gemini, so like I hop from
Oh,
thing to
two
thing.
sides. I dated a Gemini.
First of
Of
all,
a,
you dated a
of
Gemini man.
again.
First of all, you dated a Gemini man. If you
Oh
dated a
my
Gemini
gosh.
female, you be talking about 14 years.
Oh
So
Lord. Well, that was good. That was great.
oh, that's funny. But yeah, I really think I am just like not settled on any one topic. I like this for this long, and then I move on to something else. So I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know. Drop in the comments what I should do.
yeah. Y'all let her know what y'all see her doing. But at the end of the day, it's gonna be the vision that she gets for herself. And so what did you do to propel you into your like for myself, I'm just gonna take this right back. I fast and I feel like I'm in a new season myself. As I'm building this and just building things, I'm like, okay, I think I may need to do this, I might need to, get me this route or this route. And so I'm in a season of, I hate to put it out there when I'm doing it, but I'm doing a fast and prayer.
Mhm.
And so a lot of time I get revelation through dreams too.
Mhm.
So how do you get the direction of what you want to do in this season?
I've never had a revelation. I've never completed a fast. I did the Daniel fast a few
That's what I'm
weeks
doing.
ago.
I'm hoping this new year appropriate.
Yeah, but I just felt weak, so I didn't really get much from that. But I meditate. I feel like I've gotten better at meditating and breathing. And so, like when I'm in an interview for something, I breathe like I've already got it, and
Yeah.
and that has helped me immensely. So breathing is important, and we take it for granted because it's involuntary, but it's a beautiful thing. And if we just like go deep into ourselves, so that's something that I do. I meditate.
Well, so what would you say to someone who's watching and they feeling like, well, what would you say to your younger self
My younger
and
self.
someone who's watching?
Okay, my younger self, I would say believe in yourself more, trust yourself more, uh, definitely know your worth because people wouldn't be around you if they didn't like you. You know what I'm saying? No one keeps coming back to something they don't like voluntarily. Oftentimes, and you're a good person. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Keep going. Don't give up. Those times when you wanted to end it all, I'm glad you didn't. Keep going. That's what I would say.
I love it.
What about you?
To someone who's watching.
To someone who, to your younger self.
Oh, to my younger self.
Yeah.
You know what? I be thinking like, what would I say to my younger self? But I would just tell my younger self to do it. Do it. When I was young, my mom used to say I was a la la man.
Mhm.
And so a lot of things and just not, I always had that entrepreneur mindset because I would bake cookies and sell them or clean and get paid.
Mhm.
And so I was just telling my younger self to believe more in yourself. You are beautiful. Love your hair and do it. Go after whatever it is because whatever you set your mind to doing, it is yours.
Amen.
So
I love
that's all I
that.
tell my younger self.
Yes. Thank you for having me on your show.
You're
This is so
welcome,
exciting.
girl.
This is my first podcast, y'all.
Yes, and we have powerful, innovative, next level conversations. So you like to come on here and sit with your girl, have lunch like me and her, because this is like a different scenery. This is a different vibe for this channel. So hey, I don't mind going off to eat, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. And so y'all know I always say that you are great in the life that the life that you desire, you create, and that's just basically what you're thinking and believing for yourself. So if you're thinking good, you're believing on good, you're creating each and every moment of your life. So have a blessed one. It's been a pleasure. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe this video. And go support Cinmaya at the Sweetest Gym. I'm going to drop it below. She still has that name, so yes, support. And let us know, like, what you thought about this episode, and share with your friends and family.
Thanks, guys.
Peace.
I love it. Yay.
You can stop it right here on the